Hey, Ron, as busy. We're talking about mountain biking. We're just trying to help you out. Where to go, how to maximize that good time, where not to go, all those little things, you know what I'm saying? So in this video, we're gonna break down the trails, where to take your big old squishy bike, where to take your little bike. We're gonna talk about little e-bikes. We're talking about maybe some flippy floppies, a few little things like that, you know what I mean? Make it fast and fun, good time. Every video, I have a video for every trail in Santa Barbara County. This whole map is all Santa Barbara County. So in each one of those videos, in the descriptions of those, I also have pins for like parking and all that good stuff, a few little things. Each video's format is kind of, we talk about the trail a little bit, and then a few seconds of uphill, because uphill, whatever. I'm a downhiller, so I'm trying to maximize my downhill fun from my uphill suffering. Everybody got their own thing, but so this is all from a downhill perspective. And every trail video will be a link in the description of this video. So let's get to it, you know what I'm saying? All right, so this is the whole Santa Ynez coastal range in Santa Barbara County. This whole map here on TrailForks is Santa Barbara County. So we call all this stuff on the front range, the ocean side. Anything on the back of that, we call the Santa Barbara backcountry. So easy as that, our mountains face south. Here's that big blue ocean. We got the 101 cruising all through town. We got the 154 that cuts up through San Marcos Pass back to Lake Cachuma. And that's basically it. We keep it simple and as busy, you know what I mean? If you're looking for cross-country trails, some rolly, smooth stuff, the front country is not for you. There's also so many hikers. Backcountry is the place to go. Less hikers, more adventure-style trails, rolly. You can get really deep back here, do huge loops, almost all on dirt. You're going to have like this north Cold Springs Fork to Gibraltar Mine Trail up the Elings Fire Road if you want, or you can spit all the way back out to Paradise Road. We got the Matthias and North Tunnel connectors and trails. We got, Matthias come up in here. We got Mesa. We got 19 Oaks. We got Santa Cruz Trail. Those are all really smooth. Still a lot of climbing, but very smooth trails. Matthias is the most kind of up and downy kind of thing, along with this Gibraltar Mine Road kind of thing. The rest are all up, all down. Royal Borough is a little more rocky and tech. There is this fire road that's smooth. Snyder is, I wouldn't say so tech. It's, yeah, anybody could ride that. It's a nice one, fun one to take the kids too. So cross-country trails, go to the backcountry. They're a lot smoother, a lot less hikers. Gonna be all by yourself more than likely back there. So yeah, that's it. Get that cross-country back there. All right, so let's get to it. So there's a few ways up in the front country on these roads to get up. We have the 154. Highway 154 goes up to Camino Cielo. Camino Cielo is our road that goes across this is the ridge of our mountain range right here, separating the back from the front. It ends about Romero. So we have this 154, is another little painted cave jib to get you up there. Windy road a little quicker. There is Gibraltar Road, which is probably the biggest main access road to get up right to the heart of the mountains. It connects us to Camino Cielo at the top. Very popular with road bike riders. That's a beautiful ride. The postal team used to come train on that thing. It's a beaut. And then there's also the Romero Fire Road. It's a cruiser fire road. It's kind of almost all single track more than fire road now, but that goes up to Camino Cielo too. A lot of mountain bikers like that because you could pedal all the way up. All of our front country trails are very rocky, very steep. They're beasts of climbs. All the climbs are very steep. So you kind of want a big squishy bike. You need some legs to get up there. Be ready for some exciting downhill. So it's all up, all down. If you want some mellow riding, we have Elings Park right in the middle of town. Remember, all this info is going to be in this description right below too. So Elings Park's a lot of cruiser. It's only like 200 feet of elevation gain. All different trails, all different loops you can take. We have the Elwood Bluffs, which is out yonder. I'll put a little link to that. I don't have a video for it. It's just cruising all around. And then we have Tucker's Grove or San Antonio Creek Trail. This is a great beginner mountain bike trail. Great for the kids. Pretty smooth. A little rocky, steep section at the very, very tippy top. But mostly just a cruiser down through the park. Lots of people use that, so be careful, especially on the weekends. And then we have a trail in Carpinteria. This one's newer. This is the Franklin Trail. One of our smoother trails. A lot of people don't like it because it's really switchbacky and steep. I only go up to about here. That's a fun factor for me. I think they've gotten the top of this all done. They've been building this thing for years, reclaiming an old trail, getting permits, all that stuff. So hats off to Carpinteria for getting a mountain bike trail. It's a multi-use trail, so So watch out for hikers. Very popular because it's the only mountain access in all of Carpinteria. So lots of hikers on this one. Try to go off times. All right, let's talk about our most mellow trails for the mountains. So our most mellow trails for the mountains is going to be this west fork of Cold Springs. Super fun. You could shuttle from this hairpin on Gibraltar Road. It drops right down into the bottom of the Cold Springs Trail. People love this. Sage made this super smooth after a couple slides on it. Got it all goofed up. Probably one of the more used trails now because it can accommodate so many levels of riders. So that one's very popular. That one, it's kind of a pain to ride your bike all the way back Mountain Road and then up Gibraltar if you want to loop it. Or I like just riding right up the trail to the top and then come back down. A lot of push a bike, hike a bike, but that's a mellow trail. That's super fun. That's the West Fork of Cold Springs. Another mellow one that I think it's overlooked, but quite a few people use it, is the whole fire road of Romero is now, the majority of it, once you get past the first steep section, is kind of all single track. So you take that all the way to the top, Camino Cielo, and then you pretty much have single track for the majority of it coming down to the last part of that fire road. And then the fire road even has some, some skinny parts, some wider parts, whatever. So that's pretty mellow, so kind of least rocky. A lot of people use the Power Lines Trail. I think it comes off right in here somewhere. It's a right before. It's right at where Tunnel comes out on the fire road at Tunnel Road. You hang a right, it follows up all these power lines. The last 100 yards is super rocky, rockiest fire road I've ever seen. But a lot of people like to putt that for some exercise. Come back down the fire road. If you got that hard tail, you don't want to conquer any rocks today. Just go for a little putt, get some nice views, gain some elevation. So those are probably our three front country most mellow trails, for going up and down that you don't need some big crazy bike for. So West Fork, Cold Springs, the actual Romero Fire Road. Don't drop down the creek if you don't want any rocks. That thing gets tech in a hurry. And then the Power Lines Fire Road right by the bottom of Romero. We got videos for all of those. So yeah, those are probably the most mellow in the front country trails. Please use bells in all of our trails, all of our downhills, especially the front country. I apologize. I tried to record with a bell in these just to make the trail guide, and it was, oh my goodness. So I just went in really off hours. So my vids do not have bells. Sorry to the locals. My apologies. I'm a local too. I've been here a long time. Look out. Chris Orr, I think he got that bell program started way back when. I remember like 20 years ago, people were almost getting fights on the trails if they weren't wearing a bell because people refused to wear bells. Today it keeps our trails open for sure. A lot of people have earbuds on hiking, so they don't even hear the bell a lot of times. So you gotta be careful. Just be nice to the hikers. You know what I mean? We all here just having a good old time. So be nice to it. But all right, okay. That's about it. All right, so let's talk about some trails. So Tunnel Trail, one of my favorites. This is the downhill classic. All the downhill, the big bikes come to town and do this. It's a beaut. Shuttling up Tunnel Road is the way to go. Or a lot of the hardcore enduro guys will pedal up in Gibraltar Road and then come down Tunnel, all rock. But it just rolls. It's flowy. It's the most amazing all rock trail you ever rode. Because it just goes, man. Just flow. You're going to like it. You're going to like it. You got some extra legs in, you can push up to this and get our classic. This is first class, baby. Hesacita Trail. It's a pain in the ass to get to because you either got to push up this side or ride all the way up the dirt, but it's so worth it. It's a beaut. Hesacita and probably Romero Trail over here are the two most used front country trails by mountain bikers in Santa Barbara. Romero is super popular because you don't have to get off your bike. There's no hike a bike, no push a bike. You can ride up the fire road and then come down the creek. There's two different versions of the upper part that a lot of people don't even do. They just come right down the creek to drop the trail. But I got videos on all that, so check it all out. You can figure out what you want to do for the day. Oh, it's all beautiful. This Montecito area's got a lot of cool little loops in the foothills. They're all rocky too, lots of hikers. Our big four that come down the front side are going to be, let me kill this thing, are going to be Romero, San Isidro, Cold Springs, another downhill classic. Cold Springs and Tunnel are probably the rockiest, but they're both pretty dang smooth the way the rock is. Just you come off that bike, there's going to be some bloody consequences. So that's Tunnel. So these four are the main four that come all the way from this Camino Cielo Road down to town. So this is our longest trails. Royal Burrow is, it comes and goes. It's really bushy. A lot of people love it. A lot of people hate it. There's a wild hike a bike push up the front of this thing to obtain it. Some funky tech sections down. Ain't my favorite, but a lot of people love it. But there's no easy way to get up there. It's a long kind of pain in the butt to get to drop. A lot of these others you get creative. A lot of people will ride up Romero and then they'll ride across Camino Cielo down San Ysidro, or across and down Cold Springs and then back. So lots of different ways to do loops there. Like I said, there's lots of different ways to do loops in the little foothill trails of Montecito. There's also Little Tunnel. This is cool because you can ride up a fire road and just get the bottom of tunnel, which is super fun. So lots of different ways to do those. And then you can also shuttle up this very nice, it's just a 2-wheel drive paved road, this Gibraltar Road. Gorgeous road, meets up with Camino Cielo up in here. So you can also do shuttle drives to link up. You could do Tunnel and Cold Springs and San Ysidro as shuttles. I don't recommend Romero. It's so far over here. If that shuttle drive is going to be 3 times as long as it takes you to pedal up this thing. But if you want to do some shuttles, yeah, use Gibraltar Road, and you can do Tunnel, Cold Springs, and San Ysidro pretty efficiently. So those are the best shuttles in town on the front country. And that's all front country. Bells, please watch out on the weekends. Let's talk about the backcountry trails. These are where this is kind of more cross country, but you still got to climb a ton. They're just not as rocky. So a lot of people don't like the rocks, go back here. There's also hardly ever any hikers. One of my faves is this, we call it Taquepas. And there's only really one reasonable way to do it. You got to ride up this thing. It's a beast, but it goes all the way to the top of Broadcast Peak, at the top of the range here. And it is just a gorgeous, probably the least amount of switchbacks in our whole SB range. It's just these long, beautiful, flow. It's just fun. And Sage Trail Alliance does an amazing job keeping all this stuff cleaned up. They just cleaned up Taquepas, and it's riding so good right now. But they all come and go. So Sage Trail Alliance, please, if you love our trails and you could support them, throw a couple bucks their way. I'm gonna put their link to the description down in the thing too. Support our local bike shops. We got VeloPro doing everything for you all the time. All right, so let's talk about backcountry real quick. So backcountry, everything is accessed basically from this Paradise Road, which is off the 154. You come up in here a bit. There is a kiosk down past right by the river. They make you pay if you want to go off here. You only have to pay if you're using and this is as of 2022. You only have to pay if you're actually going to use the big parking areas. If you're parking off the dirt road, then you can get a special pass from there, or if the kiosk isn't open, just park off the actual road on the dirt area that's not like a day use area. It's all good. And most mountain bikers park just before the kiosk on the river. You'll see a pull out on the left, and everything can start from there. So if you start from there, if you want to do people do all kinds of different laps back here. It's so fun. So you can start in this road, cross the river. You go the Upper Oso campground way. You connect with the Mesa Fire Road. I might even be a little off of that. No, I'm not. Yeah, the Fire Road's like up in here. Yeah, right up in here. Upper Oso area. And so you can bust up and do a loop down Camuesa Connector, which is a favorite in Santa Barbara. So this is a cool loop right here. It's like 12, 13 miles. If you go up further, you could do, this is a 19 Oaks, super fun lately. Sage made this thing amazing. Sage has done so much work in this backcountry. I'm telling you, there's like stuff I haven't done. You cross-country people love pedal your bike all day. I just want to get downhill, you know what I'm saying? All right, so 19 Oaks connects in the bottom of Santa Cruz Trail. You could loop that. You could connect it with Camuesa. You can also go all the way up this fire road to Little Pine. It's a beast of a climb, but you get like a 6-7 mile downhill down Santa Cruz Trail. Lots of exposure. Watch out, but pretty dang smooth. No rocks. So tons of different loop options you can do here. On this side, the direct backside of our mountains, for one, we have Snyder Trail. There's a actually Snyder you ride right up the trail, but it's smooth. It used to be kind of fire roady, some single track, super fast and furious. This one's awesome to shuttle. So if you come across Camino Cielo, because you drop people off here, your drive time takes about the same as the ride time, depending on if you take a stop or not. So, you get 4 people, 1 person drive each time. It's 3 drops, amazing. Or you can just ride up it, come back down. So over here, let's continue on this Camuesa area, Upper Oso. So you can connect all these. Arroyo Burro backside's amazing. You can connect to Matthias. You can connect to North Tunnel. I think there's, let's see, you're confused on this map right here. I think this is North Cold Springs, which they just made a connection to the Gibraltar Mine Trail, back to the Agnosta, however you say it, Fire Road, back up to the top. So there's a ton of different ways, ton of different backcountry trails you could ride, tons of loops. Let's see, here's a Romero. So Romero backside has this fire road, super easy to get up. Well, it's a long climb, but it's smooth and you don't have to go off your bike. And then boom, you can bust down this creek single track, which is amazing fun. And here's the Matthias connector. I said it wrong earlier. This is the Matthias connector. Kind of fun. You can go both ways on this. So between all these trails that Sage has put together back here, you could do loops all day long. All right? So fun. Just get some of that going. So anyways, all my videos we're going tip to taint. You know what I mean? We're going tip, taint. So it's a couple of seconds. Well, I'll tell you, we do a little trail description in the beginning. Then a couple of seconds, we rip through the uphill. We'll just fast forward that because it's uphill. Who wants to see that? And then I do unedited all the way tip to taint. So you can check it out. I like that when I go to other areas. I want to see if I have a choice of trails to ride. I want to see what I'm getting into. Or if I ride it, I want to see how somebody did a line. I like to see the whole thing. I don't want to see all that edited crap. I don't want to see the best. I want to see everything. All right? I want to see you come off the bike. I want to see you beyond the bike. I want to see it all, baby. Tip to tank. So anyways, that's the little trail guide we threw together for you. So you enjoy your time. You have fun here. You go ride. All right? Let's talk about one other thing. E-bikes. Everybody always asks, e-bikes okay in this area? Let me tell you something. All right? E-bike class 1 is no different than any other modern regular mountain bike. You know what I'm saying? When they said motors 50 years ago, motors were like combustible engines, fire, exhaust, gasoline, all that. This is class 1 e-bikes are just another efficiency component, mechanical component on your bike. All right, you got suspension, you got hydraulic disc brakes, you got carbon rims, you got linkage that keeps makes your pedaling more efficient by not bobbing as much. All you're doing is adding a few magnets and a battery to make you even more efficient. You know what I mean? So at class 1, the pedal system stops after like 18 miles an hour. So a modern class 1 mountain bike is no different than a modern regular mountain bike. Just a little more technology on to make it a little more efficient. The motor thing is that's old verbiage. All right. If you got you still have to pedal a pedal assisted bike to go. All right. It still has to be pedal. If it's got no pedals and a throttle only, that's a motorcycle. All right. You know, that's not cool. You got OHV roads for that. Class 1, you still have to pedal it to go. All right. It's got just a few more technology things to go. Here's another thing. I'm gonna throw a little wrench in this e-bike thing. I think e-bike needs to be cut up into categories. It needs to be class 1. Class 1 is the same as a regular mountain bike because it's a funny thing. So now you get the new Shimano new SRAM derailleurs, right? They're motorized. They no longer have a cable. They have a battery and a motor in them. All right. So you put those on a regular analog bike. Is that an e-bike? You know what I'm saying? It's got a motorized part to make you more efficient. Is that an e-bike? I think it is. So anyways, this e-bike thing, it's too broad of a category. Class 1, no different than any other bikes. Franklin Trail, some people are kind of moaning about because, you know, they're a newer trail, trying to keep their trail and be respectful. But I'm also being respectful of hikers. An e-bike can't go any faster than anybody else, all right? The downhillers are still getting faster KOMs than the e-bikers. You're only getting 2 or 3 times your pedaling power on e-bike anyways. So these KOM guys are blasting passes on the uphill anyway. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you get outside, have more fun, and your bike is more efficient and make you have more fun, you got them hydraulic brakes already. You got that squishy suspension. You know what I'm saying? Put a few magnets in there. Have some fun. All right? That's all it's about. And people keep asking me, too, what's this flippy floppy thing about? Well, you know, I'm a very scattered person. Ain't nobody got time for special outfits. You know what I'm saying? Flip it, flop it. Whatever you got on. You got your work shirt on, let's go for a ride. You know what I mean? I don't need all that fancy stuff. Them gloves, pads, all that. You know what I mean? Flip it, flop it. I'll let you good to go. So I just want to be prepared all the time. I have one outfit that could do it all in. I wear it all the time. I've only worn flip-flops for like 10-something years. So I ride most of the trails with flip-flops. For this project, I was like, I'm going to ride all the trails. It gets more exciting. I just love it, man. I love the creek crossing with flip-flops. I hate that with shoes getting wet and stuff. So anyways, I just ride my flip-flops just because it's a little fun. You know what I mean? It's a little more exciting. You poke your toe once in a while. Ow! I always wear that lid, though. You got to wear that lid, all right? You got to keep this. You got to keep that. Yeah, keep that intact. The rest is just scratchy. That'll heal up, all right? So keep it simple. Have your bike, have your helmet, go for a ride, all right? Yeah, I love you guys. Have a good time. See ya.